Towards the game, comic book collector investor. Is Thanksgiving week the best time to buy or sell comic book? Welcome to the top 10 highest CGC comic book sold on eBay, November 23rd to 30th. I've been doing this top 10 list for a long time, and most of the time my top number 10 book usually like $6,000, $7,000 book, but this week is a $10,000 plus book. So that's the question: is it the best time to buy or sell comic books? But okay, let's go ahead and get moving there. So this is the Fantastic Four issue 1. Came out in November 1961. Grade CGC 3.5. Off-white pages. The sold price was $10,099. This is a 24-hour flash sale, and 2 people bid on it. So let's go over the Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 3.5 right here, and then this book sold as high as $36,000. So that's a decrease of $25,901. This is back in May 2022. And then let's do one more right here. We have 3.5, so for $33,600 back in April 2022. And then let's do one more right here. We have that one sold for $27,600 back in May 2022. Comic number 9, Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, CZ 4.5. Very good condition. This one came out by Marvel back in 1963. The asking price was $11,500, but that's just over $10,100. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 4.5 right here, and then this book sold at $17,400. So that's a decrease of $7,300. This is back in May of 2022. And then we have one on the right here, sold for $16,800 back in August of 2022. And then let's do one more right here. And that one sold for $16,800 back in January 2022. Comic number 8, Amazing Fantasy 15. This one came in 1962. First print of Spider-Man. This is an ungraded book. This is the first print. Asking and sold price $10,500. This was sold back in November 28. However, this book was listed several times though. So let's go down here. This was listed in November 25th, and also was listed November 24th. The sale does have 6 feedback and 100% positive. So let's take a look at this book right here. Okay, so this is definitely an original, though. I mean, this is I recognize this. This is not little blue. Okay, so let's go right here. So this is the first page right here, and this is so definitely not too bad of a book though. I mean, definitely some yellow one, and some more pages right here. The question is, do you want to spend this much money for ungraded book, or you rather buy a graded book just to be on the safe side? Definitely some flaws right there, and then highlight some flaws right here. Obviously, did not really center well. Like that might be the marking right here or something maybe. Oh wait, that's a staple though, right? That's a staple. Okay, yeah. Okay, back to the beginning right here. Comic number 7, Journey into Mystery, issue 83, CZ 5.5, off-white pages. First appearance of 4. This one came out in 1962 by Marvel Comics. Asking price was $12,000, a little less than $13,000, but it's actually sold for $10,500. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have a 5.5 right here, and then this book sold as high $23,580. So that's a decrease of $13,080. Back in this was back in October 2021. Let's do one more right here. We have one 5.5 right here. This one sold for $16,800 back in October 2022. And then do one more. We have another one 5.5 right here. Sold for $13,209.60 back in May 2024. Coming number 6, Blue Bolt issue 105, grade CC 6.0. This one came in 1950. Classic LB code sci-fi key cover grill. This one asking price was a little less than $14,000, but it's actually sold for $11,000. So let's go over to Go Collect. Go Collect, we have Blue Bolt right here, 105. And then let's go down here. We have right here. So we have a 6.0. Unfortunately, there's hardly any data because this book did come out in 1950, and this was the one that was just sold on eBay for $11,000. Okay. Coming number 5, Fantastic Four issue 48, very high grade comic book. First appearance on Silver. This one came in 1966 by Marvel Comics, and it's grade CC 9.4. The asking the sold price was $11,000. So let's go over to GPA. GPA was 9.4 right here. Let's go across right here. All right, this was the one that was just on eBay. Only one 9-day average, 12-month average, 24 average, and then 23 average. So definitely not good though. A lot of red arrows there. So let's go down here. This book sold as high as 31,200. So that's a decrease of 20,200. And then let's go over here. 2025, only 2 was reported. Tore down 600 being high, low $11,000. And then let's go down here. And the one that was sold for 31,200 was back in 2022. Coming number 4, Fantastic Four issue 1. This one came in 1961. This is graded as a CC 2.5. And asking and sold price was $11,111. So let's go over to Heritage. Over Heritage, we have 2.5 right here. And then this book sold as high as $21,600. So that's a decrease of $10,489. This is back in October 2021. And then let's do one on the right here. And we one sold for $18,057.60 back in November 2021. And then let's do one more right here. And we have one sold for $18,000 back in April 2022. Coming number 3, Mass Comics issue 1. This one came in 1945. LB Code cover art, grade CC 3.5, and then they reduced the price for the holidays. But anyway, this one sold for $13,750 with 1 bid. So let's go over to Heritage. We have a 3.5 we sold label right here, and this one sold for $15,600 back in May 2024. And then we have a blue label right here, and then this one sold for $12,000. So that's an increase of $1,750. This is back in May 2022. And then let's do one more right here. This one sold for $12,000 back in April 2022. Coming number 2, Amazing Fantasy 15, grade season 2.0, off-white pages. Origin first appearance of Spider-Man. It's 24. It's the book sold for $24,760. So let's go over to Go Collect. Okay, over here we have a 2.0 right here, and then this book sold as high 38,400. So that's a decrease of $13,640. Unfortunately, the one that was just sold on eBay has not been recorded by Go Collect yet, and that's why you don't see the $24,000 listed yet here. So according to Go Collect, fair market value is $20,000. So the buyer did pay a little more than what the Go Collect suggested. The 1 year, $14,740, and then high $22,099. So you might question if that's a book actually sold for that price. So let's go over here, and this is the one that was just sold right here. Sale price $24,760 there. Let's go back to this right here, and The one that was sold for 38,400. Let's see if I can find it right here. There it is. 38,400 was back in April of 2022. Come number one for this week, Amazing Fantasy 15 CZ 3.0. This is a signature and also restored copy though. This one came in 1962. Tells the yellow and the purple label there. So it's sold for $27,000 with one bid. So let's right here. Alright, so you can see it's restore and a purple label and a yellow label there. So let's go over to Heritage. Heritage, we do have a yellow label right here, and this one sold for $41,400 back in January 2022. And then yellow label right here for $6,273.75 back in November 2015. And then we do have a yellow label and a purple label right here. And then this one sold for $5,258. So that is an increase of $21,742. This is back in March of 2016. Well, if you made this far in my video, it's Thanksgiving week, the best time to buy or sell comic books. Please comment below and let me know what you think.